Joining me now is NBC News correspondent Savannah Sellers. Savannah, thank you so much for being with me. I really appreciate it. What is notable, this seems to be a real reversal for both President Biden and President-elect Trump on their one-time support for a TikTok ban. What are your takeaways as we await to see what happens?
Hi, Kristen. Thanks so much for having me. That is exactly right. So the President-elect, I should say, Trump one, we've been hearing a little bit more about, right? He's gotten very comfortable saying he wants to save TikTok. He has a warm spot in his heart for it. But this Biden news is significant. This is a significant reversal for the Biden administration. Keep in mind, of course, President Biden is the one who signed this into law. Them now looking for ways to delay what should have been an inevitable with their law, depending on how the Supreme Court rules here, is a big shock. And here's what's so notable. The reason that this had overwhelming bipartisan support is because of what national security officials said was a serious national security concern because of TikTok's parent company, it's called ByteDance, their ties to China, and essentially saying that China could potentially steal American users' data or, maybe more concerningly, manipulate the content shown to Americans within the app. None of that has changed, Kristen, but what has happened, what has materialized over the last couple of days is millions of TikTok users expressing their discontent with the fact that this app may soon be unavailable to them.
Well, you know, Savannah, I guess the question becomes what can actually be done at this point? I mean, if the ban goes into effect on Sunday, what, if anything, can the outgoing President Biden do?
Absolutely. So, Kristen, we're actually breaking news literally right now as I'm on the air with you about exactly what they do plan to do, and I'll explain how they can do it. We are just now reporting that the Biden administration does plan to punt implementation to the Trump administration, and that the way that they are going to do so is that they are not going to collect on the fines that is the punishment described in this law. So that is breaking right now as we speak. Let me explain that. The penalty in this law, what effectively is the whole underpinning of this, is that the service providers, so that is someone like Apple, a company like Apple, who is offering TikTok in its app store. That's a company like Oracle, the data hosting server for TikTok. In this law, those companies are fined $5,000 per user, 170 million users. It totals to about $850 billion in fines. That's the whole underpinning of this here. The Biden administration is just now telling us they will not collect on those fines. That means Sunday effectively no longer matters as a deadline. And I think I'd go so far as to say it also kind of renders what the Supreme Court will decide not as important anymore if the Biden administration is committing to doing that. That then means the next day we get into a Trump presidency. Trump has said that he has plans to immediately intervene. There are several different options that he has at his disposal. Could he somehow organize some type of sale that then he, as the president, has the discretion to say, yep, that's a qualified divestiture, I'm good with that? Could he tell his attorney general to essentially do the same thing that the Biden administration is telling NBC News that they are doing, which is, hey, don't enforce that, don't collect on those fines? It'll be a really interesting question, though, Kristen, to then see how the tech companies handle this. If you're the general counsel at an Apple or an Oracle, do you tell your company, yep, I think we're safe here, that's enough protection, or could we still see those apps have lingering concerns?
Wow, Savannah, incredible work breaking that here. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Lots of colleagues involved.
Yes.
Carly, Amanda Turkle, John Allen, everybody in our D.C. bureau as well. But yes, just coming off right now.
Good job to the entire team. Thank you for bringing it to us. We really appreciate it. Savannah just underscores how dynamic this story is.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.